Now, Mariposa, the butterfly, she lived as we all do live. In the beginning of times, butterflies live like we live now. Huh? She had her little house, her little villa, and she had this weird compulsion that she would clean every day. It's not something I understand, but she did this. She would get and she would polish everything and she would sweep everything and she would tidy everything. And she just constantly, the sound of that broom, always cleaning, always wiping. She would sweep and clean and sweep and clean. La Mariposa, this one day, she bent down and she was sweeping in between the floorboards and she found un moneda de oro, a little gold coin. This was worth a fortune. Mariposa, she put down those cleaning things and she thought, whoo, can't let this money burn a hole in my pocket. What am I going to spend it on? I know. I'll get dressed and I'll go down to the market and I'll buy stuff. So La Mariposa, she did. She got herself dressed. She walked down to El Mercado and she's looking around, no? She looks around and she thinks, I will buy Lego. I love Lego. I'm just going to buy lots and lots of Lego. I'm going to have a whole pile. But then I have to clean everything. No, I won't buy Lego. So she keeps looking and looking. She thinks, lollies. I will buy lollies, huh? Dulces, sweet, beautiful dulces. But then I buy the whole moneda de dulces and no, my tummy will ache from this. No, I will not buy los dulces. She keeps looking and looking until she sees tela, fabric. And she sees her eyes on this beautiful blue tela with sparkles down. And she thinks, yes, I will buy tela. I will make myself a beautiful flowy dress. Now that is a good use of my money. So she does. She walks up, she buys the tela, she comes home, she goes straight upstairs and she cuts and she sews and she cuts and she sews and she cuts and she sews. She makes herself a fine, beautiful dress. It's got sleeves that hang down from her wrist all the way to the floor. She feels divine. When she puts on the dress, she feels so good. She goes straight outside onto her little balcony and she just sits there looking good. She feels so good. She puts out her arms. So those long, long sleeves look, even better. And she just sits there, no? It's not too long before El gato, the cat, comes walking through in the street. And el gato looks up at Mariposa. El gato dicen, meow, 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 meow. Mariposa, she's like, yes, I know. Wait, el gato looks up at Mariposa and says, Mariposa, you are looking so fine, huh? How about we get married, huh? Mariposa, she looks at him and says, what happened to romance, huh? Aren't you going to sing for me? Serenade me, no? Well, el gato. Fluff ball. And then begins. Mariposa, she said, no, this will not do. You and me, no, not with a sound like this, no. Quítate de aquí, get out of here. El gato, he puts his tail down, he walks off, and Mariposa, she assumes her beautiful position. She does not think about him again. Pero el gato, los gatos, huh? El gato walks around the corner, sees an open window, and thinks I'm tired. Jumps into Mariposa's open window, goes under the bed, and falls asleep. That is like cats, no? So, el gato is asleep under there, but Mariposa, she does not know. She is busy on the balcony looking very fine. And you know, it is not long before el perro the dog comes walking by. El perro the dog looks up at Mariposa and he goes, and Mariposa says, yes, I know. Well, el perro the dog says, Mariposa, you are looking so fine, huh? How about we get married? Mariposa, she's like, what is wrong with today? Where is the romance, huh? Aren't you going to serenade me first? Well, el perro the dog goes, oh, of course. Mariposa, she says, perro, cállate, no, huh? This song, it is much too rough for me. I do not like this song. Quítate de aquí. Go away. El perro, he puts his tail between the legs and he goes, well, Mariposa, she does not let it bother her, huh? She takes up position again with those beautiful sleeves. And it is not long before a little mouse, ratoncito, comes by. And he looks up at her and he says, ay, 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 Mariposa, you are looking so fine. How about you and me? We get married, no? Mariposa is like, ay, 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 come on. What has happened with the romance? Must you serenade me first? Well, Ratoncito goes, of course. Mariposa is like, ay, 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 this is so beautiful. You know, your song is perfect for me. Yes, I will marry you. Ay, Ratoncito is so happy, you know. Mariposa, she comes downstairs. She's in her beautiful dress anyway. And they go walking up the middle of the street, calling out to the neighbors and the friends, we are getting married. Venga, venga, venga. A jugar con nosotros. We are getting married, a casar. Wait, they get married in the middle of the town hall, right there in the middle center square. And they have a mariachi band and everyone comes and people just bring whatever food, huh? It's about getting together and they have so much fun together. They're dancing and singing and they're married on the spot. Well, you know, at midnight, Mariposa, she's like, I am so tired, huh? And so Ratoncito and Mariposa, they walk back to the apartment. They go upstairs, and like every married couple on their first night, they fall straight to sleep. Well, about 3 o'clock in the morning, Ratoncito, he's all that dancing, no? He's a little bit thirsty, so he gets up and he goes to the kitchen. But you remember who is under the bed? El gato. Y el gato wakes up and he is a bit hungry, no? So he goes to the kitchen and well, Mariposa, she is in her bed. Mariposa, she's like, Raton, where are you, Ratoncito? Raton, Raton. Oye, ratón, ¿por dónde vas? Ah, you know, she gets up, she goes to the kitchen, she sees the cat. She says, ah! She gets the cat, she smacks him across the tail. The cat jumps out the window, and Mariposa, she begins to cry. She just cries and cries. You know, she is there for days, crying the loss of her Ratoncito. And her friends and her family, they hear. And they bring flowers and they bring food, and she stays in that little apartment for weeks. You know, she stays there in that beautiful dress, and she goes from flower to flower to flower to flower. And after weeks and weeks, she decides that that is all she wants to do from that day on. So she flutters from flower to flower, straight out that window, seeking only beauty from flower to flower, and traveling hundreds of kilometers, across borders, across spaces, from flower to flower. And that is the story of Mariposa.